Guys, welcome back. It has been a hot minute. It has been what, three and a half months since we've done one of these. Um, I had all the plans in the world to vlog Lowe's Pro Show, but I just did not have anything very interesting to say. Um, so we're going to do a giant update, life update, physique update, everything like that today. Go through how the last few weeks have been. Reverse diet, how that went. I'm now into my push phase, the first push phase this off season. I'll chat to you a little bit about that. And I've just sent my check-in off to Meg. Well, I haven't sent it, but I've just done it to send off to Meg. So I will, of course, let you know what she says later today. And yeah, kind of just let you know the plans for the next coming months. Are we competing again? All that general life stuff, future stuff, current stuff, what's going on. Yeah, it's a giant catch up today. So I'm just making my brekkie, my training day brekkie. I have pulled today. Safe session of the week. I'm absolutely loving it. Really like my workout split post show. They're long sessions, but this one is the perfect amount of time and the perfect exercises. So just having the the Weetabix meal. But what I'm going to do next week, because I don't want to take up so many hours on this vlog this week, I'm going to actually do a full day of eating vlog and kind of just show you what I'm having during my off season, my gaining phase, like what I'm eating to grow and all that jazz, and really go into it. So I will spare you all of those details today. I'm going to whip this up and then we're going to sit down for some chats. So here we are. There's Mr. Django. Hi, Baba. Isn't he so big now? So I have my brekkie. As I said, I'll go through that in the kind of full day of eating vlog and really kind of detail the foods I'm having and, you know, what kind of a different approach I'm taking versus kind of previous years. And the last few months in terms of this stuff has gone really well. It's probably the best post show I've had, like mentally and recovery wise, and it just went really well, which was lovely. Like it was a hard prep, it was a long prep, it was 6 months, and I actually took a full week off after the show, off training, off tracking. And now that's not to say I was just lying at home and ate everything I want. Like I was still very active. We were actually over in the Whitsundays, and then like I was craving so many foods that I just hadn't had, like avocado, smoked salmon, sourdough, all that stuff. So that was kind of the bulk of it for the week. And then I was obviously having some meals out, but it was just a really nice, relaxed approach compared to times I've done it before. And that definitely won't suit everybody. We actually had a really good conversation on the podcast with Scarlett's coach Jake last week, and that is going to be out by the time this is out. So go listen to that if you haven't. I'm going to link it down in the show notes or in the description. And some people are going to respond to a very controlled post show kind of reverse from the initial stages, and that's what I've done before, and it was fine. But I definitely think this just agreed with me more mentally. It was great to get the break and the switch off. Here's Bay coming in. And then yeah, the reverse went really well. We were able to get food up pretty quickly. I'm back up to, I think it's about 3-3, about 3-3 on training days and 2-8-ish on rest days, which is fab. It's been like that now for a few weeks, so I think now that I'm into the push phase, I'm feeling that Meg might increase the food today, which I am not complaining about. It's actually pretty easy to eat this amount, which is mental, because I remember last year before prep, I was on 3-5 on training days, and I was always catching up with my food, like, and I was probably including a lot more, not treat foods, but fun foods, I would say. Whereas now I'm really not. So yeah, it's interesting how you adapt to that higher level of food. Yeah, let's see how we can push it this off season. I'm excited. I am now 79-ish, So that's up from 66. So I'm about 13 kilos up from my lowest weight. When was my show? The last weekend in April, 29th of April, May, June, July, August, almost 4 months, so I'm not mad at that. I'm quite tall, so I'm sure 13 kilos on a 5'2" individual is going to show a lot more than it will with me. But later on, when I get my check-in feedback, I'm going to come back on and chat about that a little bit more, and I'll do some comparisons with where I was pro-show to now. I obviously look a lot softer, which is fine. That's the way it goes, and we just got to do that to grow, right? So, brekkie time. I'm going to sit down with Gary and Django, have our brekkie, bring Mr. Django on a walk, and then crack on with our day. Okay, check-in is sent over to Meg, so I'm going to head off training. Pre-workout is in. I'm using the Inspired BBD one right now, and we definitely both rate it, really, really like it. There's Gary. What are you training today? Both upper sessions anyway. Gonna go train, get this session smashed, then I have some work to do later, and I will of course come back on to go through the changes in the check-in, any that Meg wants to make, and just kind of sit down and chat about what's happening the next few months, what the goals are, like what am I thinking about competing and all that jazz. Hello guys. Okay, so showered, changed, food has been eaten, all of the things. Look at Django, how big he is. Hello, Baba. Remember when he was a puppy, guys? He still is a puppy, but like, it's a tiny little puppy when we picked him up. So, just got my check-in response from Meg, and I'm going to go through it. I haven't even checked my Google sheet yet. I need to go and see what changes she's made to food, because that has gone up, so I'm a little bit excited, because now we're really, really pushing, and it's probably going to mean that this is the highest food I've ever been on. The highest food in my last push phase, like the off season before I started prep, when I was back in Ireland and stuff, was 3,500. I'm on 3,233 at the minute, so I'm gonna go check the update, and then we're gonna have a chat. Okay, so that took a little bit longer than I expected. I'm just here in the office, and just to show you what I kind of track in a check-in, I'll open up my little sheet here, because I think it's really important to kind of, realise before you go into bodybuilding or prep, like the level of tracking, the level of kind of just being meticulous and planning, and the whole process needs a lot from you. So, don't underestimate, because I certainly, even at the start of my journey, I did not do half of this, and it's so funny looking back, because I was like, where did I think I was actually going to go with it? But like, this is my check-in sheet, and it just goes and goes and goes, so we genuinely do track absolutely everything. But anyway, I just got my food plan back from Meg, so she's just increased it a little bit. It's actually not that much. I think it's only about 120 calories today and 150 or something on the rest day, so I'm still just below my highest calories ever, but I'm also at a lower weight, and it's only, a relatively short amount of time since I competed, and that, like, the high food was in the thick of my off season, so I'm not finished this push phase yet, and I also have another push phase kind of starting around Christmas, but we have adjusted my timeline a little bit, so we are probably going to run a little mini cut phase in October, but obviously it's going to depend on body composition. I could be absolutely, fine to continue, or I could have accumulated a little bit of extra fat. So we're just going to wait and see how I go. Obviously, me being super consistent and really being adherent and sticking to my training, sticking to my food, not taking the piss with off plans is going to help my body composition. So I'm really excited to see this off season versus the last one, because
the environment is very different. I was in Portugal, I was at Tomorrowland, I was at home, I was doing so much travelling for the last bit of the off season before my prep. So I think the structure this time, and just being at home all the time, and having a lot less on, is going to really, really help my progress this year. And then in terms of plans, what is next? What are we doing? When am I thinking of competing? I would love to compete next year for sure. It won't be the same season. It won't be season 8 because realistically I have a lot of growing to do. And I think, jumping from show to show is great if you can make those improvements in 6 months, but I know to be competitive I just can't. It was a big jump to make, obviously, bikini to figure, and now that I've done that bulk of the work, and changed structurally and shape wise, I just need to add density and size to that frame, which only comes with time. You can't really rush that. You can get leaner a lot faster than you can get bigger. So we're hoping for season B next year, and I'll hopefully be prepping with Gary, because we did back-to-backs last year, and that definitely just took its toll. It was really, really difficult. So we're definitely just going to be in it together and kind of go through that whole journey and process together the next time, and then just be able to enjoy our pro show together. And the other one won't be dieting and the other one won't be enjoying the food at opposite times. So I don't know why people hide their shows. I'm actually just going to tell you what ones I have my eye on. I have my eye on the Romania Muscle Fest, or is it Wings of Strength? One of those. But the Romania show is meant to be pretty good. But with that, it's definitely a high standard, and it is in Europe. It's not in Oz, so it's very different. It is a different kettle of fish there. There's a lot of big fishes in a small pond here. You don't really get international competitors here. So, my goal is obviously to go as far as I can, and the only way you're going to do that is do the bigger shows, get yourself exposed beside, the top girls, and see what work you have to do to match them. So, look, I really want to hold my own the next time, obviously. I don't want to, just compete for the sake of it. So that is why I'm taking that extended kind of year and a half between shows. And I think the year block of growth plus the 6 months prep obviously should help a lot. But we're going to just make that call after Christmas. If I look like shit, I don't know, I'm not going to get on stage. I'll hold off, but I'm going to push as hard as I can to make those improvements and make that progress, and just get where I need to be. Gary is going to be moving up classes again next year, so he has a lot of growing to do as well, because he's actually going to go into the Open now instead of Classic. So we're both on that kind of same mission, which is really great. At home, we're both really kind of switched on and really focused on the improvements we both need to make. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. What was interesting, we did a little comparison from this week's check-in to this time last year, and it's very easy to be very critical of yourself. My immediate thought was, oh my god, why have my shoulders grown? But I'll just show you a little picture here, and obviously there's been a lot of changes in my front shot in terms of my quads. There's a lot of fat hanging around there, and not as much detail in last year's, whereas I definitely have a lot more detail and muscle mass there, and size and shape, and also with my lats, I'm definitely very happy with how they've come on. I'll give you a little glimpse at the back shot. Obviously, back has come on, glutes and hammies. Look, I am no, I don't kind of hide that I hate my glutes and hammies. They're not an area that I am happy with or confident with. They're an area that I am very, very adamant to grow and develop a lot in this off season, because they're definitely a lagging part for me, a weak body part. But that's okay. Look, we all have them. Some people, could be really unhappy with their quads or their shoulders or the back or whatever. My parts are just the glutes and hammies, and that's just something that I have to work extra hard on to bring up. With figure as a category, you don't need you know, that bikini glute look or the wellness glute look or anything like that, but you know, they need to be at a decent standard, and mine just aren't. Hamstrings, I've always struggled with them, but I'm really happy with other areas, so you know, that's a positive, and we are going in the right direction. Again, I'm going to be in a completely different position this time next year, probably looking at photos from now going, Jesus, I'm delighted. So yeah, that is kind of where we're at with everything, progress wise, plans wise, physique wise, all of the things. And this vlog was just getting back on YouTube and kind of just updating you all about what has been going on the last little while and what the plans are and how I'm doing. So next week I am going to do a full day of eating with these lovely new calories, which are 3, 4 and 2, 9, or 3, 4 and 3 ish. So I'm going to bring you through a full day of eating. Comment and let me know whether you would prefer to see a full training day of eating or a full rest day of eating. And yeah, I'll show you all of my meals for whatever one you guys would like to see the most. I will drop all of the links down below: coaching, podcast, Instagram, everything like that. Please give it the thumbs up, say hello, welcome me back, and let me know what you would like to see in next week's vlog. Thank you so much for all of the support during the prep vlogs as well. I really did appreciate it. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all next week.